So there has been a lot of new information, guys, coming in on the case of the missing Colorado mother, Suzanne Morphew. Now, most of this new information is coming in mainly because friends and family of Suzanne have now decided, to start to speak to the media, namely a channel called Profiling Evil on YouTube, which I will reference in the description below. And also, a member of the family has been speaking to Lauren Schaff from Fox 21 News, who's doing a great job of covering the case as well and trying to get information from Suzannes family. Now, I'll put a link to the video where this information came from. It came from the channel Profiling Evil, a live stream that they did, and they have been in contact with Suzannes family. I think it's great that they are now sort of starting to speak and starting to give voice to how they feel about things and what they've seen and heard happen. Now, some of the main points really that have come out, now this is from Suzannes family, is that the last day that anyone actually spoke to Suzanne was on Saturday. So Saturday, May 9th, the day before Mother's Day. Suzanne was in communication with one of her best friends, one of her closest friends, and they were discussing an upcoming wedding, a friend's wedding, and this was during Saturday afternoon up until sort of early hours of the evening. I think this was mainly sort of communications through text and things like that, but sometime during the early evening communication just stopped, just completely stopped. Now, it is worth noting that I picked up that the family have confirmed that there is terrible cell service down in that area in Salida, but it seems strange, doesn't it, that you would have a line of communication with somebody during the whole afternoon and then all of a sudden that communication would stop. I mean, that does seem very suspect to me. The next thing that has come out is, one of the main things is that according to Suzanne's family, Barry has declined, Suzanne's husband Barry has declined to take any kind of polygraph test. Now, of course, I've been in contact with somebody on Barry's side of the family. They heard that he had been cleared and vetted. That's what they had heard. And also Suzanne's family initially had heard that he had been sort of vetted and cleared, but that doesn't seem to be the case now. That's the information that's coming from Suzanne's family. And he also declined to take a voice stress analysis test as well. Now, just going back to the actual day, or Mother's Day, again, this is according to Suzanne's family. Barry said that he left at 5 AM on Mother's Day, so Sunday, May 10th. He left at 5 AM. Suzanne was asleep and he didn't want to wake her. And then obviously, according to his story, he then, of course, left for Denver. It was then later that morning that Suzannes' daughters obviously couldn't get hold of their mum, in order to wish her a happy Mother's Day. So they then texted Barry, let him know that obviously they couldn't get hold of her. Barry then called the neighbour, and asked the neighbours to go over to the house to see if Suzanne was there. I know a few of you probably know this information already, but this just kind of clears up a few things. Obviously, coming from Suzanne's family, it's obviously got a lot of importance to it. Now, one important thing to note that the neighbour said is that they saw 2 cars outside of the house that weren't Barry's. She didn't recognise them as Barry's cars. And then at some point after this, like quite a few things in this whole story, certain things have been introduced. Like now the story of the bike then got introduced, and that was the initial story that went out, wasn't it? That she went on a bike ride and never came back. That was the initial story. And so at some point this story got fed back, presumably to the family, that she'd gone on a bike ride and never came back. And then of course the bike was found. And then there was also the note that was left at the shop, which also said, she was wearing this bicycle helmet, found her bike, and then of course the police found another item further along the road, which they still haven't said what that item is. But, a lot of questions are now sort of being asked, as they have for a long time. Did she ever go on a bike ride? Was that bike planted there? It's something that we all need to look at and accept as a possible scenario now, which I think probably a lot of you already are, because so much of this isn't adding up and nobody's getting any information. As I say, Barry has declined any polygraph. He's declined 2 polygraphs apparently, and a voice stress analysis test. This goes contrary to what I was initially told. And it kind of brings us up to yesterday. This is when Lauren Schaff from Fox 21 News, she did an update yesterday. She's also in contact with a member of the family, Suzannes Family, and I'll play some of that clip for you now. I'm still trying to get hold of or get some further information from Barry's side of the family. As I am speaking to somebody on Barry's side of the family. It's just trying to verify, obviously, which information is correct that they're getting. Are they getting it direct from Barry? Is this hearsay? Are they hearing speculation? But as soon as I get further information for you, and I've considered what the information is, then obviously I will bring it to you. But to finish up now, I'll play you the update from yesterday from Lauren Schaff. I'll link down in the below to her social media pages. She's doing a great job of covering the case, and I'll leave you with her update from yesterday.
A member of Suzanne's family is concerned that Barry, Suzanne's husband, hasn't told investigators everything he knows.
We'll do whatever it takes to bring you back.
For the first time, one of Suzanne Morphew's family members is talking to Fox 21 News. They want to stay anonymous, but say they're worried Suzanne's husband, Barry, is tampering with the investigation. This family member says Barry refused 2 polygraph tests and a critical analysis test. The family member also says data collected from Barry's truck doesn't match up with the information he gave investigators. As of Monday night, no clarification was offered on any of that information by the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office.
Everybody likes Suzanne. It was never like a popularity thing with her. It's just everybody liked her. Very calm, sweet demeanor. Yeah, I mean, just that girl that everybody likes. She never tried to get noticed or something. She had a natural beauty about her.
Michelle Davis says she and Suzanne grew up together. They attended the same church and they struggled together, both dealing with cancer, each offering the other strength on treatment days.
Getting to go through this journey of cancer to see where God had led us. And I remember she said that had encouraged her that day because she was at a low point, or like just not depressed or anything, don't misconstrue my words, that she was just it was encouraging words for her that day to get to go through this together. So
Suzanne's family says she beat non-Hodgkin's lymphoma the first time in her late teens. The doctors saying then the harsh treatment likely meant children wouldn't be in her future.
She lost her hair back then, because I remember her getting the wig and whatnot. She did talk about that during our conversations too, that she didn't expect to lose her hair this time, but she said it just thinned a little bit. But I did lose my hair, but she was telling me that it wasn't losing the hair that was the hard part. It was others treating you differently, or the way other people looked at you.
Another church friend says, quote, "I pray for Suzanne and for Mal, Macy, and Barry that the truth will come out regardless of what that truth is. We have assurance that if Suzanne has already passed away from this earth, that we will see her again in heaven," end quote. Holly Burnham thinking now of Suzanne's daughters. They're friends with her own children.
She's lots of fun, likes to do things with the girls. That's why I don't think that she would have left on her own. Those girls mean too much to her to do that.
Throughout Suzanne's life, friends say faith has carried her through. Now they're leaning on faith as they wait to learn more.
This whole thing is just shocking to think that somebody you knew has disappeared out of clear blue.